My name is Mike Rodriguez, and for the last 12 years, I've hosted a podcast called the AudioNowcast with a bunch of my industry friends. I work in the audio industry, and this is the space where I mix. I spend a lot of time in here, and one day I decided it would be good to go outside. So I did. I traveled around the world, filming the unique spaces where audio is made, played, or listened to. This is AudioNowcast SPACES. So you want to know what this is? Los Angeles, California, the land of fortunes and fame, as well as disappointment and pain. After 22 years of mixing dozens of television shows, hundreds of commercials, and thousands of TV spots, I got the dreaded white envelope. This is my severance package. I got laid off. I really liked working in the heart of Hollywood. I'm not mad. And with the economy the way it is, especially in the advertising business, this is almost to be expected. This is starting a whole new era in my life. Now what? Now you call up your producer Bliss and you grab a few cameras and you head to one company that defined the sound of rock and roll. You head to API.
This place is insane. What do I think? I think I'm going to buy a console.
I had the opportunity to acquire API in 1999, and it seemed like a good fit with the company that I had already, which was ATI, that we started in 1988 to manufacture live sound products.
So we're here with the man himself, and you're going to show us around API.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
Let's go take a look.
This is what we call the lab. This is where our first test of everything that we manufacture gets done.
You call it a lab. I call it my candy store.
Fitting API into that company made a certain amount of logical sense because the approach to the customer, the emphasis on high quality products was common to both. First test and final test, if you will, of all of our products go through the lab. Because we want to test everything here, make sure it all works before we ship it out to the customer. We have one of the stronger warranties in business, and we want to guarantee that that stuff's going to work for a long time.
It's like 5 years, right?
It is.
Before we go any further, let's go back 50 years. API was founded in 1969 by this man here, Saul Walker, and his partner Lou Lindauer. Saul was a genius with electronics who worked for the government on some pretty top secret stuff. His 2520 op-amp changed the game in audio. Its open, punchy, powerful sound attracted a ton of the top artists at the time. From Led Zeppelin to later on Prince, his consoles added the extra punch. His designs were so amazing that they're still the anchor for every piece of API gear.
This is production. This is where all the good stuff gets made. And so we have a kit of parts that get put together over on the parts side, comes over here and gets assigned to the various workstations, and this is where we make the gear. This is where console frames are made.
Wow. This is the start of the hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Just looking at the inside of this, you guys really have, it's like really well designed, really well laid out. Because you can see where your modules are going to be going.
Yeah, once the frame is put together and the motherboards are in place and the power and the I/O, input-output wiring, is all in place, then the modules just fit in the slots and get bolted down.
Wow.
I'm the production director responsible for all manufacturing process.
You just forget that you see all these big consoles that people have to build these things.
Yeah, and I must say, we have a talented crew of people who are dedicated to the quality and the integrity of the product.
Very little compromise comes from me because I want to make sure when someone leaves here, it's something that I'm proud of that we've done and we miss nothing.
I think it's so fascinating to see the bones of a console and then to imagine us going to studios where they're played and listened to and recorded and history is made. It's legendary.
I want to show you something that's under construction that's very cool. This is a large frame console. This is a legacy access console. This is a 56 channel console with a producer's desk and a center section. It's under construction and it's being made for Tokyo University in Japan.
You know, we are lucky to work with good customers, you know, high-profile customers, professionals. People know what they need. You know, when somebody hits you with good questions or with a real problem, it's immediately easier.
I mean, I'm just picturing in my head me sitting behind this console.
I'm kind of picturing that too.
Come on, brother. The friend's discount on this. Come on.
When I took over API, it was in one of those, trough periods. Companies go through peaks and valleys, and this was one of those valleys.
I remember the first time I actually laid my hands on API. Larry called us around the back and said, okay, there's a truck showing up. We've just bought a new company, and you guys are going to go get it down in Sterling. And the truck showed up here with a lot of parts, and I'm like, wow, what are we going to do with this?
So we took over API and attempted to re-energize the brand and make the products more available.
And after we started investigating, we realized, wow, this is a really cool product here. And subsequently starting to build a product.
And it became obvious fairly quickly that there was this passionate group of API customers and users who really got behind our efforts and really supported the let's call it the resurrection of API.
Customers start realizing, wow, this company still exists, and it's like a revival.
All right, so this side of the place is parts, individual parts, sub-assemblies and those kinds of things, and then on the left side of the warehouse is finished goods, 500 series rack, 19-inch rack stuff, all assembled, tested, boxed up, and are ready to go to our worldwide dealer network when they order stuff from us.
Can we walk in there?
Sure.
Yes.
The 500 series was developed by API, and we had a range of products that fit into that 500 series format, whether it was a console or the lunchbox. And we became aware of a couple of people who were making products that fit into the lunchbox specifically. And we were a little apprehensive about it, of course, at first. Other people making products that fit into the powered rack. And so we discussed it for a time as to whether we should kick back against it or whether we should make some proprietary thing that would prohibit people from being able to use that 500 series format. But then decided to just go ahead and embrace the creativity that some other people have. So let's just see, as an example, we've got 565s, we've got 550As, 527s. Hey.
Sorry.
Your pocket is not that big. We released the specifications for the 500 series, and it really blossomed. This is a great contrast because behind you are pieces. All right?
That's true.
These rows of parts, when placed in the proper position on a circuit board and soldered down, turn into this, which creates great audio. So it's blossomed into quite a robust industry, if you will, of 500 series products. But the core still remains, in our mind, some very strong products that are API that fit in that format.
Can I open one box?
No, sorry.
I'll tape it up again. Just one, just to show
Just
how
one?
you pack it. You pick.
3124.
All right, here we go. Yeah, this just came today, and let's just see what happens. I like your API tape, Larry.
Well, it identifies what's inside.
I'll try to be nice and neat.
Be nice and neat. There you go.
All right.
And here's Mike. He just ordered his new 3124.
That's right.
He's so excited to see what's
I'm
inside.
so excited. Wow, I like that little blue thing, whatever that is. Oh.
Holds the power cord.
Where's the power cord? Wow, nice
Okay.
presentation.
There's your warranty card. There's the
Warranty.
inspection certificate.
And here we go. This is it. Brand new 3124. So whoever purchases, it's the 445-18.
Yep.
445-18. This is your baby.
At API, we have a certain design standard. We stick to the transformers, the API 2520s, and we're trying to figure out new ways to implement those core components of the API sound into modern products.
We're going to engineering.
This is where all the secret stuff is.
This is the brain center of the company.
And I guarantee you, there's stuff we can't show you that we get to see. I'm just totally just using that just to build me up.
Okay, so here's a 16082 that has come now from production, and the frame has been built, the frame's been wired. We've loaded up the modules, and now we're just doing a little fader testing here. Same with this guy. So this stuff is in here going through test at the moment.
Yeah, we certainly have the history of the original circuits that we have to honor and we keep as true as possible. Certainly some challenges are, as technology changes, making sure that we can maintain the quality back from the beginning, but then also evolving and applying some of those core circuits and ideas into new concepts and new features around them to apply to modern workflow.
Here's another 16082.
And I know we can't
Under
go over
test?
that area because of the super secret stuff that's going
Yeah,
on.
there's stuff over there, but here, let me just see if I can. Here.
Nice.
Demo.
Wait,
This is an automated console. Automated returns. That's the newest feature of a 16082.
wow. So is this your new automation that you have?
This is new. Final Touch Automation. Yes. Final Touch Automation works on a 16082, a 2448, a Legacy Access, and a Vision console.
So-
cross-platform.
You could pull your card out, put it into any one of those other consoles, and
your mix would be recovered. Yeah.
that's brilliant.
I love playing with this stuff. It's just fun to play with.
Wow, these are really light. These are nice.
These are great
smooth.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, we have the API has the classic sound that everybody has grown to love, that we love at API. We try to innovate a little bit more, improve workflows. Cool.
Stop playing around with my stuff.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I like this little window that comes up that tells you your channel
It
and
tells you your level,
This
and your
is
fader
so
number.
Cool.
Right? I think I have a great engineering team here. We have a company full of dedicated professionals that build our products and design our products with a passion for quality and excellence. And so engineering has done a great job over the years of determining what products we develop and how we support the products that are already in the product line.
So we're going
What
now.
else we got?
You tell. Oh, so this is
This is the administrative, let's call it the business end, administrative hall. Sales, got a couple sales offices here.
I've been with API for a little over a year and a half. And I have to say, coming to work here every day, I feel a little bit like Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like I got the golden ticket or something.
Chris, who does all of our inventory and parts ordering. We have a little tiny demo room. We don't have a lot of people come here to actually, to do demos, but if they do, we can do a little demo.
You
here.
can set them up there.
Yep.
That's great.
So, and then this hall is aligned with some of my favorite ads over the years.
Working for a company with such an amazing legacy and being such a well-respected brand, it makes it really easy to sell something that you don't have to lie to somebody about. Our gear has stood the test of time. It's extremely high quality, and the way the company is run it's run with integrity, and so it makes it very easy for me to do my job.
So the ad campaigns that we've done for
I remember
various products.
that one. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Ear candy.
This is one of my favorites.
That was one of the first ones.
This is one that's been really
saturated fat. That was really good.
Most people that get into this business, whether they're working for API or another company, do it because they're passionate about either music or the recording of music or the preservation of that, the creation of it, and to be in a company where everyone shares that passion and that vision it's a real privilege. Not everybody gets that. And so I think it's a fantastic company to work for with an amazing legacy. It's well respected, and it's just awesome.
And then, of course, we pay tribute to Saul Walker, the
he's
co-founder of the company.
He started it all.
Mm-hmm.
I had the honor of interviewing Saul for about 2 hours. It was incredible.
He was such a nice guy, and just a brilliant engineer.
It was the best interview I think I've ever did, and the stories that he was tell, and it was just really, really special.
I've always had a sense of ownership to maintain the quality and the respect for the brand. API, I think, will exist for a long time into the future. We're now in our 50th year of existence, and we have a passion for the brand, for the products, and for the products that we manufacture and how they impact the creative community.
This is, in some ways, the crown jewel of the tour.
This is a console built in 1971 and was built for Les Paul.
Wait, the Les Paul.
The Les Paul of Les Paul Gibson guitar, 4-track Mary Ford fame.
Right. The man who invented the electric guitar.
And multi-track recording.
And multi-track recording.
Yes.
This is his console.
This was his console that sat in his studio in New Jersey. So when I was able to purchase this console from the estate auction, we brought it back here and decided, well, we're going to restore it back to its original conditions. We tore this console down to the frame and rebuilt the whole thing.
Wow, Larry, this is really, really a special console.
Well, and it is. It's very cool, and as I said, we're fortunate to have it. But the cooler part is there are a lot of consoles around the country and around the world like this that are in places that have been used by fabulous people that have a great history, and we're just fortunate to have had such a history of recording consoles and technology that have been part of the music business.
You know what, though? I have to say, Larry, that it just really kind of represents what API is all about, right? I mean, you have such a great appreciation for your history, for the history of music and API's place in music. You've done some really amazing things. The company's doing well. You've got some great people here. I mean, we've talked to some amazing people here, and it's a great, the fact that you guys are still manufacturing and you're still thriving just says a lot about you, brother. Seriously.
Well, thank you.
Seriously.
I'm just thankful that I'm the current caretaker of this fabulous brand.
Well, I think that attitude just shows why you're as amazing as you are. And literally, it's, you're only as good as they are at the top, and you're doing a great job. Yeah. And had I known back when I first met you, the very first day at Stevie Wonder, that you would be, API, I probably would have been a little nicer to you. I'll be honest, I probably would have.
I may have had a bigger head at the time too. I don't know, but yeah, had I been able to dream forward at that point in time, I never would have thought I would be in this position.
Well, thank you for letting us come and film, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate all your help with the podcast.
Thank you.
Sponsoring the podcast.
It's been a pleasure.
And helping us out, and now with all these new ventures that we're doing, and I really appreciate it.
Great. Thanks, Mike. He's my buddy. The future of API will build on the sound quality that API is known for. We have 50 years of recognized excellence in this business, and we will continue to produce products that have that API sound, that API quality, and support the customer.
Bingo. This past October, API celebrated its anniversary in New York City. Thousands of people gathered together to celebrate 50 years of API.
Happy anniversary, API.
The highlight of the evening was Larry accepting the technical Grammy Saul Walker received this year posthumously. It was presented to him by the family of Saul Walker, who felt the only place where this Grammy belonged was back at API. What can I say about API? The people are amazing, the products are quality, and the sound is legendary. It's had its ups and downs, and still, after 50 years, continues to reinvent itself. It's gonna be a wild ride, and I just think, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys what's gonna happen, and we'll just kind of all do this together. Five 510-0320. You know what that is? Velcro.
That's what holds the console together.
Exactly.